Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I want to give you an update on the Mac Mini. So I purchased a Mac Mini a while back, and I wanted to have a clean setup on my desk, or what I would consider a better setup on my desk, because I really wanted to have an ultra wide monitor. So I got one, and I knew I had that 5K iMac, but I honestly didn't want to use it anymore. It's been almost 3 years. I got it in 2017, new, and it's a great machine. But after buying the Mac Mini, now I know this is the latest Mac Mini. I didn't have the previous model Mac Minis, and I'm just going to go on what I've experienced with this Mac Mini that I have, the 2018 Mac Mini. So I got the i5 core, the 6-core model. It's just a one step up with 256 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM. You can upgrade the RAM in these. I plan on doing that, but it seems like right now I really don't need to be honest. But I will upgrade it, because you can never have too much RAM, I guess, in a computer. But the Mac Mini itself, my reasoning for buying is I wanted to stay within Apple's ecosystem and not spend thousands of dollars on a machine from them like I did with the 2017 5K iMac. Now, that machine was almost $3,000. This one was $1,100, and you know, one thing I like about this setup is that I can run multiple monitors, multiple things. It has more I/O than a lot of computers today that are, and powerful I/O as well. So right now I'm running the 34-inch widescreen monitor that I have from LG. I have my external microphone. I actually have an external camera hooked up as well. But I have also live streamed with my DSLR from the Mac Mini with no problems using OBS. So the Mac Mini is a powerful machine for what it is. You'll hear a lot of people tell you not to buy it, that it's garbage, it doesn't have good graphics and things like that. But you just got to remember that there's a computer for a lot of people out there, for everyone, and you pick sometimes, or the machine picks you. So I just did a lot of research on the Mac Mini, and it does have a graphics card of like 630, or internal graphics of 630, but honestly, that doesn't affect me for what I'm doing. The main reason, one of the main reasons I got this was for editing and doing all my things through iMovie. Now, I do plan on going back to Final Cut Pro at one point or another, but I found that with the Mac Mini, I just don't need it. And if I want to do some serious editing, like I think this machine might get bogged down, I just go to the 5K iMac. But here's the thing. I haven't used that since I got this, and it's not that I'm excited to have it or anything like that. I've just been using this and allowing it to function the way it should be, like with my daily tasks, and I haven't had any problems. Now, it could be that, you know, this is the latest chip in here, and, you know, there's just a bunch of different things going on here with this latest model. It could be that, and that's the reason that I'm not having any issues. But all in all, I'm not having any issues. The machine, the Mac Mini edits 4K in the timeline, and there's no lag or anything. Like, even if there was lag, it's not so much about it having this perfect buffer when you're editing content. And I'm coming from an end user's perspective, not so much a techie, if you will, because I was expecting, honestly, a really bad go with the Mac Mini, and I was expecting, oh, this is going to be a catch and release. That's not the case. This is a catch and keep. And, you know, the Mac Mini has performed everything I've thrown at it. I have like 5 or 6 windows open at a time, editing in iMovie, watching YouTube. It's just, and the reason I could do that, obviously, because I have this big 34-inch widescreen monitor, but the best part about editing with a big monitor and then having the Mac Mini is the timeline. I could fully see everything, and I actually love that, man. So this is just a follow-up video for you guys, to let you guys know. Some of you guys wanted to hear my thoughts on the Mac Mini. I don't get too technical when I do reviews on things, because I want to make it as easy for a person to understand as though I would want to hear it. So I don't get into the processing, the color grading. I don't really do all that. I just use it how I'm going to use it. And most people who buy things that they don't need, in most cases, just use it how they're going to use it. And if it performs well for them, they win, because they have a powerful machine that can last them for years to come. Now, disclaimer again, I didn't have to buy this, but I just wanted a new setup. And I worked hard, and I wanted to retire that 27-inch back there. And I was gonna sell it, but Apple's crazy for the trade-in. They're offering like $500 or something like that. And that machine, I upgraded it to 40 gigs of RAM. It runs like brand new. It runs fast. As far as rendering times, I really don't see the difference in rendering times from that machine to this machine. You'll see lots of videos out there saying that machine meaning the 27-inch iMac, crushes the Mac Mini. Well, on benchmarks, it probably does. But in the testing that I'm doing, well, the way I'm using it, it's really fast. Just as fast, if not faster. I render a 4K video, 10-15 minutes, a 10-15 minute video. It'll render in about 10 to 15 minutes. I did a 4K video, a 6-minute 4K video, and it rendered in 7 minutes. It just it depends on what I'm doing, I guess, or the files themselves. How many things are stacked in that timeline will also determine, how fast this video is going to render. If you're just rendering a straight video for 4K, it'll probably render really fast. But if you're stacking that timeline, doing overlays and pictures, videos on top, it's going to take a little bit of time to render. But in my experience with the 2018 iMac or Mac Mini, I haven't experienced any slowdowns. It's a fast machine, and for my usage, I think I got a good deal, and I think this thing should last for quite some time. The crazy part is I didn't put Apple Care on here. I know Apple Care is only $99, I believe, for this, and I didn't put it on there for some reason because the 5K iMac is such a great machine. I've never had any problems with it, and I really don't anticipate having any problems with this. So I don't know. I might ride the wave with no Apple Care. I mean, who knows? Anything can happen, but I'll just flow with it. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the Mac Mini, just a brief discussion. It's been doing well, and I really enjoy it. And if you decide to buy it, I think it'll get your tasks done. If you're not a YouTuber, because there are a lot of YouTubers out there that use a Mac Mini, but if you're not a YouTuber, this is the way I would get in. I would definitely recommend you buy a Mac Mini instead of a MacBook Pro if you want a desktop. Instead of a MacBook Pro, iMac, or any of the other Macs, I would suggest you buy a Mac Mini so you can buy your own keyboard, your own monitor. You can do whatever you want to do with it, and you have more than enough I/O in the back to keep you satisfied. I have my Thanet and Vander speakers hooked up, 350 watts. It's holding down everything that I throw at it. I have a clean setup, and I think I have a clean setup, and it's fantastic, man. I don't have an issue with it. I love it. I'm happy with it, and in the end, that's really all that matters. So people who come and tell you not to buy it, it's your choice in the end. I'm telling you though, from a YouTuber standpoint and an end user standpoint, this is more than enough machine. And I'm surprised that people don't buy this over the expensive things like that. I mean, if you're going to be in an office setting, you could buy several of these and line them up and have a banging office. But this is more than enough machine, especially for the end user or the average consumer. And this is the way I would recommend you start off with Apple if you're looking for computers for Apple. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Brief discussion. Mac Mini. It's great.